Greetings one, greetings all. Yeah, so I would have made a video of running the Klondiker yesterday, but it didn't go well. Whoa, surprise! So basically what happened is I thought I got it running good. Ran good here in the shop, idled like a kitten. Everything is good. Take it out, pull it off the trailer at the lake, hook up the toboggan, fire it up. I had to fire it up on spray, but that's the norm on this thing. Give it a shot of starting fluid to get it going. Little did I know later what I would find why I have to start it on starting fluid. But anyway, it idled great. Everything was good. Jumped on it. Took off down the road. I thought I'll just make a lap around on the road at the boat landing before I run it all the way out to the middle of the lake and have it fail, and then have no way to get it off the ice because the lake I was on, the ice is only about 8 inches thick, I think. And there's no real good way to drive a truck on it. So it's a walk-on kind of thing anyway, or a snowmobile. So I take it down the road and get to the end of the road, and all of a sudden I got no throttle. Twisting on the grip and nothing's going on. And it dies. So I throw the hood open, I look, and here the throttle cable, where I had it connected to the butterfly on the carburetor, came right off. I had forgotten to crimp the connector that I used to attach the cable to the throttle linkage. I forgot to crimp it down on the cable, and the cable just pulled right out. So that was the first thing. So I got it kind of back in there, and then I fired it up again, fired right up, and as I was going down the road, it was gradually losing power until it just finally snubbed off. Got it fired up, limped it back to the car, limped it back up on the trailer, and that's where it sat. And we walked our asses pretty near a mile out onto the lake in a blizzard to go ice fishing and catch no fish, because I was 20 feet away from the spot I wanted to be where all the fish were stacked up. Yeah. Well, here it is the next day. I'm in the shop, and I got to thinking, okay, that engine that I put on this thing used to be on a snowblower that I used at my place up north, and that snowblower, I think when we bought the property, I bought a beat up snowblower, but a big one, like a 42-inch wide walk behind deck, and the motor grenaded on that. So I bought this motor at Harbor Freight, put it on there. Since then, I've never cleaned the carb, never touched it, because it always popped right off. So I thought, I'll bet you that carb needs some cleaning. Oh my God, was I right. I pull the float bowl off, and it's all full of rust flakes and sand. And then I look down in the carburetor, and it's the same deal. There's sand all packed up inside there. I don't know where the sand came from. I don't know if it's just rust that turned to sand or what, but carburetor is filthy. So well, here's some right here. This was in the carb. No lie. It's a cheap Chinese engine, cheap Chinese carburetor, cheap Chinese pot metal for the float bowl. And the float bowl disintegrated basically, or is starting to. So the carburetor is in the sonic cleaner right now, or it was. And I've got the float bowl in there now. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. The bottom of that bowl. See how corroded that is? It's just eating away. I've never run ethanol gas in this, ever. Okay? So, I don't know what to say. But, if you look at it, what do you see? See that hole? There's a hole in this. So, shutting the cleaner off a little bit. So yeah. So now I got to get out my JB Weld, and I got to go all over the, I'm not going to go in the carburetor, in the bowl, but I'm going to slather it all over the outside of the bowl here, especially where that hole is, to seal it up. And then I'm going to put the carb back together. But man, she was full of sand and rust or whatever that crap is. She was full of it. So that's what I'm working on now. Gonna go use the air compressor and blow out all the passages in the thing really good. Put it all together and it should work like a dream. So once I do that, and get it all back together, it should run good. I just got to make sure that it has enough power to pull 2 people on the toboggan, plus the gear. Now, my thoughts on this whole process, the hell is that? Oh, nice. Shim for my handle fell out. Is that things falling apart. If you keep the toboggans as same width as the track that the machine is making, you're packing down the snow and your toboggans will pull just fine. My buddy Tim built one of these. His machine, he put an 8-horse snowblower on it. This is an 11. He put an 8-horse on his, and then he built a toboggan behind it with water skis for skis and out of a piece of plywood and stuff. And it was wider than the footprint that the machine made. And he was dragging snow and having a heck of a time. So I think that's the key. But anyway, I'm going to put all this back together and let's see how it runs.